بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا ومرحبا بكم في قناتكم لوجيك ثينكينج التفكير المنطقي. هنبدأ إن شاء الله مع بعض سلسلة محاضرات هنتكلم عن الSAT وكيفية التجهيز ليه، وبعد كده هنتكلم عن solving methods، ازاي نحل المسائل ليها طرق معينة، وبعد كده هنبدأ نحل امتحانات. وفي خلال ده كله هبدأ أوريكم ازاي نقرأ المسألة how to read the question properly. This is very very important to read the question. It's not a matter of solving problems only. You have to know how to deal with those problems. Because of that, you have timing for this. So I have to know how to start the question, how can I translate the requirements, how from where to start to solve the question. لازم أعرف أحل منين وإزاي أقرأ السؤال كويس. طيب، كل سؤال هنبدأ نتكلم فيه هوريكم ازاي نقراه الأول. I'm going to teach you how to read the question properly. بعد كده هنشوف ازاي نقدر نحلل السؤال ده، وده الكلام ده بالتدريب هيبقى سريع، هتلاقي نفسك لأن الوقت هنا مهم جدا. هنبدأ الأول. مهم جدا it's very important before you solve the question you know the traps. We have 10 traps in SAT exam. عندنا 10 traps، 10 فخوخ موجودة مهمة جدا، لازم نعرفها كويس جدا ونعرف ازاي نتعامل معها. طيب، and you have to know that the SAT teams will not leave you without confusing you. لازم نعرف ان ال SAT المجموعة اللي الناس اللي بتحطوا ال SAT مش هيسيبك من غير ما يحط لك traps، يحط لك تريكس في النص، لازم يحاول يوقعك. عشان كده هو عايزك تتدرب. انتوا عارفين ان ال SAT exam مش هو ليس مجرد حل اسئله ماث، لا غلط. هو ده موضوع انك بيعلمك ازاي تقدر تستوعب المساله بسرعه وتقراها كويس، وهنبدا نتكلم على الكلام ده مع بعض. طيب، طبعا موجود عندكم التليفون، ممكن تبعتوا واتساب لاي استفسار او تحطوا كومنتس على ال اليوتيوب. طبعا ما تنسوش اول حاجه تعملوا سبسكرايب وتعملوا لايك وشير عشان توصل لكم، وتفعلوا الجرس عشان يوصل لكم كل الفيديوهات الجديدة اللي هنزلها بالتدريج لحل الأسئلة دي وللتدريب على الترابس والبروبلم سولفنس. وبعد كده هنحل امتحانات، يعني هجهزكم تجهيز كامل، كورس كامل للSAT. طيب، زائد طبعا احنا في القناة هنا هنتكلم برضو، هننزل كورسز دروس للماث اللي هي اللانجوج سكولز، هنتكلم برضو عنها، هننزل لها دروس خاصة بيه. هو هنتكلم برضو عن المنهج، ونتكلم برضو عن الاسلوب اللي هتعامل فيه برضو مع المسائل دي، وازاي اقدر احل المسائل دي في وقت صغير. طيب، هنبدأ نتكلم بقى ان شاء الله ونبدأ. اول حاجة avoiding traps. ازاي انا اقدر to avoid the traps؟ انا to avoid the traps لازم what are the most common math traps؟ ايه هم الموست common؟ هنعرفهم دلوقتي. 2 what skills do I need to work around trick answer choices؟ This is very important to know regarding dealing with traps. So without knowing those tips you will never be able to solve SAT questions. This is very very important. It's not a matter, I repeat again, it's not a matter of solving a lot of questions, a lot of exams. No. So many of you solved so many exams, but still they failed, they couldn't get the score because they did not understand those traps very well, and they did not understand the method of solving those questions. This is what I'm going to teach you in these courses. Now, the first thing the first rap we are going to talk about. Let's read it. And while I'm reading those questions, I'm going to teach you how to read the questions, how to get the important points, and how to neglect the non-important points. This is very important. Now, هنا احنا بنقرا اسئله مهم جدا. هعلمكم انا ازاي تقروا السؤال كويس، وازاي تطلعوا النقاط المهمه، وازاي تستغنوا ما تعيلش اهتمام للنقاط الغير مهمه اللي هي هتضيع وقت، اللي هو الممتحن حطها لك، السات حطه لك عشان يلخبطك، يخلي دماغك تروح في مكان تاني. Now let's read the question. Trap number 1, person increase and decrease. Sammy purchased a new car in 2000. 3 years later, he sold it. So 2000, is it important? This is the year. Let's complete the question first. He sold it to a dealer for 40% less. This is very important now. This is an important word. You have to underline it. Than he paid in 2000. Is this 2000 important? No, this is a year only. 3 years later, it's not important because these are years only. The dealer then added 20% onto the price he paid. So 20% onto added, that means plus. So I have 40 less minus and 20 is plus. Onto the price he paid and resold it to another customer. Okay, the price, the final customer. See this is the requirements. The price the final customer paid for the car, the final customer, is what percent of the original price. Okay, Sammy paid in 2000. Very good. Now we read the question. Let's now negotiate about the question and read it once again and try to get the most important points about this question. First of all, Sammy purchased a new car in 2000. This is a year, it's not an important, so neglect it. Cross it. 3 years later, neglect it. It will not help me. He sold it to a dealer for 40% less than he paid in 2000. Okay, now we have to know that when you deal with a percent, you have to have original amount, original capital money. So this is 40% less of the original. The easiest way to solve percent increase or decrease questions is to assume. This is a technique, we are going to take it later on. It's called assumption. Later on we are going to talk about this. So this is a technique that deals with those kind of question. Percent is called assumption. So I'm going to assume that the original capital, the original price of the car is 100. Okay, that's good. 3 years later, he sold it to a dealer for 40% less. So 40% less, that means first of all I have to get what's the amount of this 40%. Is going to be 40 divided 100 times 100. So equals 40. Okay? So the amount of this is 40 LE or dollars or whatever. Okay? Now, so what's the new price will be? He says less. That means I'm gonna say 100 minus 40. So what's the price of the car right now? The price of the car right now is not 100. The price of the car right now is 60. Is what? Is 60. Because 100 minus 40. Right? So this will be 60. Great. Okay, let's now complete so that I know now the price that he sold the car now for 60 pounds. So the price of the car now is 60 pounds. Let's complete. The dealer then added 20% onto the price. Wait. Onto the price. What price is it? Is it the first price 100 or it is the second price which is 60? Of course, it is the second, right? You are right. It's on the second one, which is 60. So the price now will be, what will be? The price now will be 60. So this added 20. First of all, before added, let me get what's the 20% of this, of 60. How we will do it? You will say 20 divided by 60. 20 divided by 20%. 20 divided by 100 times the original price of the car, 60, which is 60. So 20 over 100, because this is 20%, times 60. You will get the answer. Okay, now when you get the answer, take it, add it to 60, because the original price now is 60. The price now is 60. So whatever you get, you add it to the car. Now, let's see how did I get this. I did not get the answer. Now, the second step you have to care about is you have to translate the requirements. You have to translate the requirements. What is the requirements? He needs that the price, the final customer, the final price paid for the car is what percent of the original. I have to translate the question here. What percent of the original price? So I'll take this price, the new price that I will get, divided by the original price, which is 100, multiplied by 100, I'll get the new price. So this is the translation. Says while you are reading, we are going to be trained for this very well. How you can translate the requirement. It's very, very important to translate the requirement, to know how to divide your problem. Don't take it as a one piece. You have to split it. You have to split it into pieces so you can deal very well with the question, to know how to solve this. Okay, now, so I know that. Now he needs the final price, percentage of that means is denominator, okay, of the original, whatever, which we assumed it is 100, of the original price Sammy paid in 2000. Okay, be careful with the answers. You have 40%, 6%, 72%, 80%, 88%. Now we are going to come back to a very, very, very important point, that they usually get the most mistake that most students fail, or to get it, they make it first or in the middle answer. So now you have maybe some of students will do this. He say less than, so negative 40. Plus 40, he will say negative 40 plus 40. So equal negative 20. So he will select, negative 20 is not there. Okay, let's see what's the answer and how we solve these questions. Okay, type. Okay, now the wrong answer. Some of the students will say the wrong answer, D, which is wrong. Negative 40 plus 20, which is equal negative 40. And this is the trap. Why? You cannot, it's prohibited. You cannot blindly add and subtract percent. Again, cannot blindly add and subtract percent. This is very, very important. Now, solving it fast. Now, this is how I show you how to solve. Plug in some numbers. For example, $100. Sammy paid 100 in 2000. So Sammy sold the car. 60% of 100, which is 60 divided by 100 times 100, which gives me 60. Now, so the dealer charges 20% more. That means $60 plus 0.2, which is 20%, 20 over 100 times 60. That means 60 plus, because 0.2 times 60 equal 12. So 60 plus 12 equals 72. Therefore, the dealer charges 72% of the original price. Okay? 72% of the original price. How? Because if I want to solve it, as I told you, I'm gonna take $72 divided by 100, which are my assumption, times 100, which gives me $72. So the answer is 72%. Okay, this is the first kind of, or the first trap that we had today. Now, when we read the second trap, we'll learn better how to deal with these types of questions. Okay? Okay. Now, trap number 2. Weighted average. Weighted average. Trap number 2, weighted average. Let's read the question. In a class of 27 plumbers, the average means arithmetic mean. The male plumbers on the final exam was 83. So the average of male is 83. So this average is for the males, not for the 27 plumbers. It's for the male of those plumbers. If the average of the female plumbers in the class was 92, the average of 15 female plumbers, so I have to translate 15 female plumbers. That means the male plumbers is 27 minus 15, right? Okay, what was the average of the whole class? What was the average of the whole class, which is the average of the 27 plumbers? Okay, now we have the answer. So, we read the question, so I have to think, do I have anything to neglect here or not? Let's read it again and see how can we deal with this kind of question. In a class of 27 plumbers, the average, the arithmetic mean score of the male, okay, you have to underline male, of the male plumber on the final exam was 83. Very good. So this is for male. So till now I don't know how many males plumber do I have. If the average score of 15 plumbers, okay, now I know. So the male plumber is 27 minus 15. So I record at the top, I write male equal 12 plumbers. 27 minus 15, good. Let's continue. So the 15 plumbers, the average of them is 92. Good. What was the average of the whole class? The whole class is 27. So the denominator of this will be 27. Okay. And give me an answer. 86.2, 87, 87.5, 88, and 88.2. Okay. Let's now, I show you how to read the question. Let's now see the answer, how I'm going to deal with the answer. Of course, most of the students who did not study very well or did not know those traps, he will write wrong answer C. Why? He will take an average of those averages. So he will add 83 plus 92 divided by 2, because this is 2, male and female, so equal 87.5, and this is wrong. And as I told you, they mostly put the wrong answer the first or in the middle, so they put it C. Here's the trap. Also, you cannot, it's prohibited, you cannot combine averages of groups with different sizes. You cannot do this. You cannot combine average. As I said in the percentage, you cannot add or subtract percentages. Okay? Now, solving it fast. How I'm gonna solve it in fast? First of all, I'm gonna eliminate that are not possible. Since there are more than 15 than males, 12 the females have to contribute more to average. That means the average of the male is less than the average of female. Then A and B are wrong for sure, because this is not my answer. Okay? Because males are less. So I'm gonna say total average equal 15, this is for female, times the average of them. Okay? Plus 12 times their average. Because we have average of female, which is 92, and I have 15 female plumbers. And I have 83 average of male, and I have 12 male plumbers. So I add them up, and this is, you have to know how to do it. Divided by 27. So I'm gonna do 15 times 92 and 12 times 83, then I add them, divided by 27, so the answer is 88. Okay? The answer will be 88. So this is the correct answer. So now here we talked on this lecture about two traps: percentage increase and decrease, and averages. Okay? And averages. I hope you got the point that I wanted to give you. I don't want to make the first lecture. Don't want to give you a hard time for the first lecture. Study this very well, please. Try to see the video more than one time. Okay? Then you try to solve the question by yourself. So when we get the second lecture, so you should understood the first case and the second case very well. Okay? Please always in my videos keep watching till the end of the video, because at the end of the video I always summarize and I give you very, very important tips. Those tips for today are: do not add or subtract averages. The second tip, do not combine average of groups with different values. Okay? So please study very well. If you have any question, you got my number, WhatsApp, or you can put comments down. Put all your comments. I'm gonna answer all your questions till I put the second lecture. I repeat again, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share for this video, and to enable the bell. Thank you so much. I wish you a great success.